How has the Karnataka Police Act been modified to clamp down on gambling? The new Karnataka law aims to strengthen the Karnataka Police Act to make gambling a cognizable and non-bailable offense and curb menace on gaming through the internet mobile apps. The Karnataka legislature has passed a bill to amend the Karnataka Police Act 1963 in order to ban all forms of gambling in the state, including online gambling. That the Karnataka Police Bill 2021 was passed by the legislature. Despite a similar law, the Tamil Nadu Gambling and Police Laws Act 2021 passed in February in Tamil Nadu, being struck down by Madras High Court this August as being ultra vires. The new Karnataka law aims to strengthen the Karnataka Police Act to make gambling a cognizable and non-bailable offense and curb menace on gaming through internet mobile apps. Why has the Karnataka government amended the Karnataka Police Act 1963 to ban gambling? Among the reasons cited by the Karnataka government for a new law to ban all forms of gambling are a Dharwad High Court bench order on December 2019, which ruled that the police cannot raid gambling dens without formal written order from a magistrate since gambling is a non-cognizable and bailable offense. The order passed by Justice P.G.M. Patil in Vegappa Gurjuli versus the Kaguda Police on December 10, 2019 set out a series of guidelines for the police and magistrates to follow when a non-cognizable offense is taken up. The order said that the SHO of the police station has no authority of law unless the jurisdictional magistrates permit the police officer for investigation of non-cognizable offense. Recent public interest litigation seeking a ban on online gaming and betting, where the High Court has shot the state government stands on imposing a ban on gambling, have also served as a catalyst for the introduction of amendments to Karnataka Police Act 1963. According to the statements of objects and reasons provided by the amendment to the Police Act, as the new law is needed to make gaming a cognizable and non-bailable offense other than gaming in public street, which is cognizable and bailable. The new law has also been introduced to include the use of cyberspace, including computer resource or any other communication device as defined in the Information Technology Act 2000 in the process of gaming to curb the menace of gaming through internet mobile apps. Thus, the new law on gambling applied to online gaming and betting on sports as well. The amended law covers all forms of wagering or betting in connection with any game of chance. With the exception of horse race and lotteries, the amended law also puts betting on the skills of others in the category of gambling and also states that any act of risk money or otherwise on the unknown result of an event, including on a game of skill, is an offense. Unlike existing law which was not applicable to betting by players involved in a game of skill, the amended law provides an exception only to the playing of any pure game or skill and not to wagering by persons taking part in such game skill. According to amended law, all forms of wagering or betting, including in the form of tokens valued in terms of money paid before or after issue of its electronic means and virtual currency, electronic transfer or funds in connection with any games of chance will be considered gambling. What are the punishments for gambling under the amended law? The new law enhances maximum punishment for owners of gambling centers from 1 year or 3 years of imprisonment and fines of rupees 1000 to 1 lakh. The minimum punishment proposed is 6 months instead of the current 1 month and a fine of 10,000 instead of 500. For aiding abetment gambling, the punishment has been enhanced to 6 months imprisonment and a rupees 10,000 fine. A first offense of managing a gaming house will attract the minimum sentence of 6 months in prison and a fine of 10,000, while a second offense will entail imprisonment for a year and a fine of 15,000. The third offense will attract an imprisonment of 18 months and a fine of 20,000. Will the new amendments curb gambling, including online gambling, and Karnataka stand the test of law? This February, the Tamil Nadu government brought about a law to impose comprehensive ban on all forms of gambling, including online gaming. In August, the law was, however, struck down by Madras High Court as being ultra-vires and unnecessary after it was challenged by online gaming firm. It is true that broadly speaking, the games and sporting activities in physical form cannot be equated with games conducted in virtual mode or in cyberspace. However, when it comes to card games or board games such as chess or scramble, there is no distinction between the skill involved in the physical form of the activity or in the virtual form. It is true that Arnold Palmer or Silvio Ballesteros may never have been mastered how golf is played on the computer, or Messi or Ronaldo may be outplayed by a team of infants in virtual game of football, but Vishwanathan Anand or Omar Saraf would not be so disadvantaged when playing their chosen games of skill on the virtual mode. Such distinction is completely lost in amending Act, as the original scheme in the Act of 1930 of confining gaming to games of chance has been turned upside down, and all games outlawed if played for a stake of any price. A bench of Tamil Nadu High Court said in its order on August 3, 2021. The partial inclusion of games of skill as act of gambling in the amended Karnataka Police Act is likely to come under scrutiny. How have gaming companies reacted to the new Karnataka law to bar wagering or online games? The bill tabled in the Karnataka Assembly seeking to equate all games including online chess, online farming with the same brush as online gambling. The bill has made some exemptions including online betting on horsing racing. I am not sure that application of a judicial mind will see any compelling rationale to this move, said a corporate lawyer employed with a gaming company. The government should consider regulation rather than legislation. The industry has submitted itself to the idea of regulation being brought in and already moved towards some steps of self-regulation. A comprehensive framework with active participation of the industry association is a prudent way forward, the lawyer said. Thank you.